I'm at Marché Bon Secours for the Montreal International Games Summit, where game makers from Quebec, from the rest of Canada, and from around the world are gathering to talk shop and discuss how the industry is doing. Let's go check it out. Now, the big video game companies are at the summit, but I'm more interested in talking to the smaller, independent video game makers. And it just so happens there's a competition at this summit for the best pitch from an indie developer. And one of the people presenting is from Quebec.
Have you ever wondered what home truly means to you? In Homeward,
So I've been working on the game for about 3 years now. I have invested about $136,000, and well, I've sold my house and I decided to go for it, because if not, I would have asked my entire life if it was worth it.
And you were pitching in front of judges who are, big wigs in the industry. It had a real Dragon's Den vibe.
Yeah, it's true. It really felt like Dragon's Den or Shark Tank.
To be able to reach the quality we want, we will need an additional $464,000.
That's the ultimate goal, to be able to attract investors, publishers.
First, you had a really good set of information in there, so congrats on that. From a platform point of view, you kind of cover everything that we would ask.
It's easier than ever to make a game. But because it's so easy to make a game, that means the market is flooded with games, and so it's harder than ever to sell a game.
It's a really competitive landscape, especially in Montreal. A lot of game developers are here wanting to do the same, and so we have to be the best to go out of the group.
So the Indie Asylum is an accelerator for video game startups. And what we wanted to do is give people the tools they needed to be good business people.
How are things going right now in the indie scene in Montreal and in Quebec generally?
There's a lot of challenges right now for independent developers. To be fair, it's been a record year in terms of sales for indie games in Quebec. But right now, the current government is cutting tax credits and incentives to develop video games. Sadly, it's going to hurt and cause a lot of probably job losses and studios to close in the next few years.
We already have a really strong prototype. That means that we can already jump in 3 months of pre-alpha.
One of the important things about pitching is that you have to pitch the business case of your game, not just, hey, here's my cool idea. And part of pitching the business case is showing that there's interest from the players, interest from the market.
Now you also have to be market specialist, a fund specialist, so it becomes way harder and it's a lot more work as well.
Unfortunately, you were not selected as the winning pitch. What was the experience like, and what are you going to take away from it?
At the end of the day, we are all passionate people trying to make our best. And I also had really good feedback from the judges on how maybe to improve the way I sell the game.
You always have to be pitching. You always have to be selling the vision. Always have to be getting people behind what you're doing.
During the entire process, I've asked myself, should I stop? Is it worth it? Is it good? And every time I was like, okay, it's a good game and it's going to make money, so I'm going to continue. There's going to be really, really hard time, especially if you're alone, even with others, that you're going to want to quit. But you just have to focus, continue, and get to the end of it.
I've been in the game industry almost 30 years, and I love it, and I wouldn't work anywhere else. And every day is a new exciting day, so you got to really love it to endure the grind of making and selling games.